Good morning, dear students. Okay, so today we will continue the chapter energy, and we have learned that the ultimate source of energy is sun. Okay, now so sun provides the wind energy, tidal energy, and energy of sea waves. Sea air. This is a plant. What does plant do? It traps the solar energy from the sun, and with the process of photosynthesis, what does plant do? Plant make their own food. Okay, and plant make their own food in the form of starch and release oxygen. Okay, the oxygen we breathe. This is food, starch in form of glucose. So plant store the food in the form of which energy? Chemical energy. So we can say sun is the ultimate source of energy. Every energy is converted, or we get heat energy on the earth we are living, and other things is the sun. So sun gives us heat energy, light energy, and the food uh, made by the plants in the form of starch, stored in the form of chemical energy, also gets converted from sun energy, sun light energy. Okay, and what about the water cycle? What does do? Suppose this is a water mass. The heat of the sun evaporates the water, and water goes in the cloud and rains. So rain is due to sun energy. So solar energy causes large scale of evaporation of water, and the water vapors condense to form cloud and cause rain. And it is the water cycle you have learned earlier. And the energy stored in the fossil fuels means coal, petroleum, diesel, and what LPG, CNG. So I have told you earlier that the energy stored in the fuels, firecrackers, food is in form of chemical energy. So the chemical energy trapped in the fossil fuels is also trapped from the sun's energy. Okay. If the plants do not fossils after death, they can be converted into biogas. In the biogas, chemical energy stored in the plant change into the heat energy. Okay. Similarly, the remains of dead animals can be changed into biogas. What happens when the animals, plants dies? What happens? It decomposes, and after decomposes, it's converted into biogas. And on heating, it gives us the biogas gives us heat energy. Okay, and where do animals and human beings get food? We get food from the plants, and the plants we consume food. The plants we consume for our food. What happens? The plant stored chemical energy in the plant stored the food in the form of chemical energy. So what happens when we take food? The food get digested, and the chemical energy gets converted into which energy? Heat energy. Okay, and then the heat energy provides us the muscular energy, and we do various types of work, various activities. Okay, so in last we understand solar energy provides us light energy which help us to see things. We can see anything, the things which are visible to us around us. Means we can you can see the live recording, live Zoom classes, you can see your mobiles, you can see your notebook with the help of eyes. And what happens if there is no light? There is no use of eyes. So along with our eyes, the sensory organ eyes, we also need light to make things visible. Okay, so I have asked you in the last class the law of conservation of energy, and the students, most of the students answered correctly. So what is the law of conservation of energy? Means energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Only the forms of energy change. Okay, and I have also discussed the roller coaster. the change of kinetic energy into potential energy into kinetic energy. Now I will be discussing the production of hydroelectricity. Okay. So let's see here what happens in hydroelectricity and how the interconversion of energy takes place. Okay. First, in hydroelectricity, there is a dam. Okay. There is a dam. Okay, what happens? The water is stored, okay, at some height. Suppose water is stored at this height. So which energy is stored? For the position of an object, I have told you, for the position of an object and for configuration of shapes, which energy is stored? The energy stored is in the form of potential energy. So the water is stored at the height. So which energy is stored? Potential energy. Now we will allow water to flow through this dam. So the flowing water, which energy possesses the flowing water? So the moving object and or flowing water possess the kinetic energy. Okay. Now, if the water is allowed to flow, suppose water is allowed to flow, so this moving water possess kinetic energy, and there is a turbine here. Okay, there is a turbine here. The moving water flows on the turbine, and the turbine moves. Now, this kinetic energy of the water runs the turbine, and after the turbines runs means rotate, what happens? It is connected to a motor. Okay, and this running turbine generates electricity, means the kinetic energy is now converted into electrical energy. Okay, and I also told you in the roller coaster example that the whole energy doesn't convert it. Always there is a waste of energy in the form of heat, in the form of air friction, in the form of frictions. Okay, air resistance. So the whole energy is not converted. Some of energy is wasted, and this wasted energy is called uh, dissipated energy, means energy wasted. Okay, so the energy wasted, the 100% energy doesn't convert it. So some of energy gets wasted in the form of heat or other form of energy. Okay, sound energy, because when water flows, we can hear the sounds, the bubbling sounds of the water. When water falls on the surface, there is a sound. So there is a sound energy also produced. So this energy is wasted in the form of sound. Okay, so some of the energy gets wasted, and this wasted energy is called dissipated energy. Okay. Now, the best example of efficient energy conversion is living beings, where we move then 80% of energy is converted into other kinds of energy. For example, okay, see here, when we consume food, the whole food is the energy of whole food is not, we can't get the 100% energy of the food. Some energy gets converted into heat energy, some and other converted into muscular energy. Suppose we take suppose we take 100 calorie of food, or we can say 100 calorie of food. Okay, and after consuming this food, what happens? The digestion takes place. During digestion, heat energy is produced, and this heat energy produced converted into the muscular energy, and we do various activities. Okay, so the 100 calorie consumed food, that the full 100 calorie is not converted. Suppose 3 by 4 part of it converted into efficient work, and other 1 by 4 part is wasted. Suppose 3 by 4 of 100 is 75 calorie. Okay, and rest 25 calorie is wasted. and this wasted energy is called dissipated energy. Okay. Now, okay, let's see here. If I take example of roller coaster, okay, and I say energy is here is 100 joule, okay, and when here suppose there is a car here, car moves here, okay, car comes here, this is point A, this is point B, okay, and I say 10 joule of energy is wasted, 10 joule of energy is wasted, means dissipated energy wasted, okay. So who is going to tell me what is kinetic energy here, what is potential energy here? Okay, so who is going to tell me? Raise your hand. At point B, what is kinetic energy and what is potential energy? Who knows the answer? Okay, Navya Agrawal, Ankita Mishra. Okay, Navya, you tell.
Sir, sir, potential energy will be 90.
90 joule. And what will be the kinetic energy?
Sir, it will be 100.
Okay, 100. Okay, you tell Ankita.
Sir,
What is
potential energy will be 0.
potential energy will be 0. Okay.
And sir, kinetic energy will be 90.
90 joule. Okay, very good. So the correct answer is given by Ankita Mishra. So here, see students, 10 joule energy is wasted. Okay, 10 joule energy is wasted. So here, there will be no potential energy because it is at ground level. There is no position, there is no height. So here the potential energy is 0. Okay, and what will be the kinetic energy? Total energy is 100 joule. 10 joule is wasted. So kinetic energy is equals to 100 minus 10. That will be 90 joule. Okay. Now, after that, this car moves to the height here, and this is the point C. And I say 15 joule of energy is wasted. Okay, due to the friction. So tell me, what is the kinetic energy? What is the potential energy? Okay, tell me. Who is going to tell me? Vaibhav. Okay, Vaibhav, you tell. No, Vaibhav is lower his hand. Nabya, you tell. Okay, Nabya, tell me.
Sir,
What is your answer, Nabya?
sir, uh, sir, kinetic energy will be.
Tell me first. Okay.
Sir, 0.
Kinetic energy is equals to 0. And what will be the potential energy?
Sir, potential energy will be 75.
75. Okay. Okay. Ankita, you tell.
Sir, kinetic energy will be 0 and potential energy is equal to 85 joule.
85 joule. See clearly 90 joule and this is 15 joule is wasted.
Yes, sir, 75 joule.
Okay, now you are correct. So the both of you given correct answer. So see here, at height here, when the car reaches here, it stops for a moment. So it stops. So there will be no velocity. There will be no moving of this car. So the kinetic energy will be 0. Now it reaches at some height. So at height, there will be stored potential energy. And what will be the stored potential energy? initially here energy is 90 joule and 15 joule is wasted due to the friction. So energy left is 90 minus 15. What is 90 minus 15? 5. Just carry 1 given here. So 8 minus 1, 75. 75 joule. Okay. Now I want answer from different student. Only 2 of you giving answer. Okay. Suppose the car reaches at point D, and here energy wasted is 5 joule. So who is going to tell me kinetic energy and what is potential energy? Okay, new one, Abhishek and Vitthal. Okay, Abhishek, you tell.
Sir, kinetic energy is 70 and potential energy is 0.
Okay, Vitthal, very good. Okay, you tell Vitthal.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So kinetic energy will 100 and potential energy is so kinetic energy. So sorry, potential energy will 100 and kinetic.
Okay, Vitthal. Okay, let's see here. Here energy is 75 joule. 75 joule is potential energy, means total energy is 75 joule here. And after coming this car from point C to D, 5 joule is wasted due to the friction. Okay, so there is no height down level, so it is fact that potential energy will be 0. And what will be the kinetic energy? Here 75 joule and 5 joule is wasted, so 75 minus 5, that will be 70 joule. Okay, now it goes from D to E. Okay, again 10 joule energy is wasted due to the friction. Okay, now tell me what is kinetic energy and what is potential energy here at point E. Here energy is 70 joule, 10 joule is wasted, so you have to tell me kinetic energy and potential energy at point E. Okay, new one, Rishabh Singh. Yes,
Sir, kinetic will be 60 and potential will be 0.
Okay, kinetic 60.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ankita Mishra.
Sir, potential energy will be 60 joule and kinetic energy will be 0.
Okay, that's the correct answer. So Rishabh, see here. What happens? There is a height, and at height the car stops for a moment. So potential kinetic energy will be 0, and here it is a height. So energy will be stored in the form of potential energy. But there is a 70 joule energy and 10 joule is wasted. So here 10 joule is wasted, total 70. So left energy is 60 joule. Okay. So I know most of the students understand about the roller coaster and interconversion of energy. You can see here the total energy is conserved. Okay. Here point A 100 joule. What about point B? 90 joule plus 10 joule is in the form of friction, 100 joule. Okay. At point C, 75 joule, and this where we are, sorry, 90 75 joule, and this is 15 joule, that is 80, sorry, 90 and 10 joule here wasted, 100 joule. So we have to add the energy which is wasted in the form of heat or friction. So everywhere energy is conserved. Okay, here 60 joule energy. So what about rest 40 joule? Rest 40 joule is wasted energy. 10 plus 15 25, 25 plus 5 30, and 10 40, means 60 plus 40 100 joule. Okay, so energy is conserved. Okay, students. So your chapter 3 is now completed. So we will start light energy. We have few more minutes, but we will take an introduction of light. Okay. So tell me, you all know which sensory organs enables us to see the things around us. That is eye. Okay. Along with the eye, our eyes, what else we needed to see the things? Okay. Okay, Navya Agrawal, tell me, what else we needed along with our eyes to see the things or to make the things visible?
Sir, our hands.
Sorry?
Sir, hands.
Okay, you tell Ankita Mishra.
No, sir, it will be light.
Okay, very good. So, along with our eyes, we need light to make things visible. So, we need light. Okay. So, light is a form of energy which make things visible. And we have also studied in the last chapter, light is a form of energy. I have told you, when you see the light rays of the sun coming from the our ventilator or the window, we can see the dust particle moving due to the light energy. You can see when the light coming from the our ventilators or window, we can see the dust particles moving in the light rays. Due to the light energy, the dust particle tends to move. Okay. So light is an invisible energy. It means the light, we can't see light energy. Okay, we can see, means we can feel or we can experience the energy, but we can't see the light energy. Okay, we can't say that we can see light energy. We can experience the light. If there will be light, we can experience, there is a light, but we can't see the light energy. Okay. Okay, which cause in the sensation of vision, means due to the light energy we can see the things around us, means light make things visible. And the speed of light is very fast, and the speed of light is 3 into 10 raised to the power 8 meter per second. This is the speed of light. Speed of light. Okay. And what is the source of light? See, there are two sources of light, luminous and non-luminous. So who is going to tell me what is non-luminous object? Okay, Faisal, the new one. Okay, Faisal, tell me.
Object that does not emit the light is called non-luminous objects.
Okay, good. So before studying luminous and non-luminous, we will study the natural source of light and the artificial source of light. Okay, so the natural source of light. Natural. What is the natural source of light? The sun, the stars are the natural source of light. And also they emit their own light. And what is the artificial source of light? The candle, the bulb, LED, CFL, all the things are artificial source of light. They run on electricity or batteries. Okay. And which is the primary source of light? We have studied in the last chapter. Sun is the ultimate source of energy and it is the primary source of light. Okay, it is the primary source. Sun is the primary source of light. It can be your 1 mark question, which is the primary source of light. So sun is the primary source of light. Okay. Insect like glowworm. You can see the insect that emits their own light. Insect. Okay. And fireflies emit light in the darkness. And there are certain kind of fish which emit light. There are some fish also which emit their own light. The student, please lower your hands. Okay. And these bodies are called bioluminescence. Okay. And now we are moving on luminous and non-luminous objects. So luminous objects which emits their light energy by themselves. Okay. Examples of the examples given above means the sun, the stars emit their own light. Moon don't emit their own light. Yes, Navya Agrawal, you want to ask something?
No, sir.
Okay. So, and non-luminous objects are those which cannot emit light. Okay. So how can we see the non-luminous object? So the reflection of light from the luminous object when falls on the non-luminous object. Okay. So we can see the non-luminous object. So what are the non-luminous objects? Can you give me example? Who is going to give me example? Examples for non-luminous objects. Okay. Tanmay Chaube. Okay, give me fast. Your class is going to be end. Yes, Tanmay.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, non-luminous object.
Okay, I can't. Okay, I can't hear you properly, Tanmay. Okay, Ankita Mishra.
Sir, for example, chair, table, cup. Sir, for example, table, chair, cup, book.
Yes, very good, very good. Okay, so non-luminous objects are those which do not emit the light. Okay, so table, chair, we self, human beings, plants are all non-luminous objects. So how non-luminous objects are visible to us? See here, suppose it is non-luminous object, and here there is a bulb. Okay, so when the light of the bulb falls on the non-luminous object, what happens? It reflects and goes into the our eyes. Okay, so we can see the non-luminous object with the help of luminous object. So at last, it is we calculated that we need light to make things visible. Means without light, there is no use of our eyes. Means we can't see anything in the dark or where there is no light. Okay, so students, we have completed chapter 3, and I have also sent you the solution of chapter 3. If you have any doubt, you can ask on my number. Okay, so the chapter 4, I have given you introduction of chapter 4. So bye everyone, and thank you. Meet you tomorrow in the campus.